Hi all. In this video, let's see how to create owner login, how to manage users. Okay. Now, why we need user login or owner account management is, let's assume you have five users uh, under you. They were taking care of your line. Okay. We want to control them, what they can see, what they should not edit the old or delete the old loans, and what reports they can see, what reports they cannot see. Those kind of control we can able to make. So by default, owner login will be disabled. You will not be able to see that menus. If you want, you can call the number available in support page and we will enable the owner login. Once you enable the owner login, you will see three menu items: site, user permission. There are three menu will be shown. Currently you are seeing only site, right? Now after enabling that, you will see three menus. Let me enable the owner login for this account. Okay, now it's enabled. Let me re-login with this account, same account. Okay, I just re-logged in. Now if you can go and check on settings page, now you can able to see, right, user, site and user permission. These three menus are there. Now we are going to discuss how these menus is going to work for us. Okay, now let's start with site. Okay, I'll go for site. Okay, I have two sites, Chennai and Bangalore. So let me explain what site first. Okay, site mean you have a line in three different locations: Chennai, Bangalore, and Hyderabad. In three different places you have site, and you want to manage those users and those lines independently. So which means, so once you create a site, we will go with just Chennai and Bangalore. I have three lines in Chennai and I have three lines in Bangalore. Now, when you go for collection page, you can able to see, right, nine dot. When you click this nine dot, it will open, right, Chennai or Bangalore. Currently, we are in Chennai side. This is what highlighted. Now, if you go for Chennai side, all the lines so far we have worked is in Chennai line. If I want to go to Bangalore line, which is newly created, I'll just move to Bangalore. Now, here there is no line at all. Now you can go to settings. Okay, go to line page. It will not display any line. You can give uh, add, and then you can create a daily line for Bangalore, daily line, and you can select the name as daily and bill amount, whatever. We just created one more line for daily. Okay, now this is how site works. Multiple site works. You can create multiple sites. So at any given point of time, you can able to see records for only one site. You cannot see all sites records at the same time. Okay, now that is site. Okay, now let's go for user. User is nothing but he is the one who is going to give collect the amounts on behalf of you. Okay, let's go for user. I'll give plus button. So the same way, the account, your account you created using after launching our service, after launching that application, you gave username and password, and then you created an account, right? The same way, sub user account can be created inside the user. Now I'll give username as Karthik. Let me give as Karthik, and username is Karthik daily. I'll give. Okay, password I'll give and confirm password. Site is this Karthik, which line he is going to take care. I'm telling Chennai line is what he's going to take care. I'm telling, and the primary site is also going to be Chennai. Okay, for example, if you mapped two sites, Chennai and Bangalore, both side he can see. Now you have to tell by default where he should land. Okay, whether it's Chennai or Bangalore. Now we can select Chennai. So since we have lines in Chennai, I'll select Chennai. And in Chennai line, okay, let me remove the Bangalore here. In Chennai line, we have four lines. What are all the lines he can able to see? We can give, right, only Chennai daily. We will give access for Karthik. Okay, now here user permission. What we can do? We can have two options. One is admin, the other one is user. Okay, if it is user, then has a controlled access. He cannot modify, delete the old date, past date transaction. He can only collect or provide loan today to the customers. It is a controlled access. Okay, if you give admin, he has full rights as like you. Okay, now I'll just go with user, and if you want to give mobile number, you can give mobile number, email id, and then shift user. Let's assume you have 3 employees or 4 employees with you, and anyone can go for this Chennai line daily. All four know all the customers, anyone can go. But on a specific day, who went, you want to track. So in that case, what you can do, let's assume you have Karthik, Prasant, and Sanjay and Suresh. These four are users under me. Okay, let's assume in these four, I just created the name with Karthik, right? Okay, what we can do, any one of them can log in. The username will be Karthik Daily, but they can choose who, using this username. They have to tell which shift username. We will see in a moment, right? And the device id, if you want to restrict the user with specific device, then using device id we can able to restrict that. Okay, now can allow all day transaction, whether you want the customer, you want your user to give past date transaction or not. By default it should be enabled. You should not allow the user to go for past date transaction, and then you give submit. Okay, once you give submit, if the Karthik daily user is not available, and this account will get created. Okay, now the Karthik daily got created. Now let me go for one more screen, right? We have user permission. Let's create a new permission. Okay, user permission. Let's assign collections. We create a role called collection staff. Okay, it is a very restricted role. Whatever the admin and user I gave, right? User is, he can see all the information, whatever the information available, he can see everything, but he cannot edit or delete the transaction. Now what I am doing, I am giving even more restrictive thing. He can create new loan, he can create a new loan, he can edit today's loan, he cannot edit or close our loan, and then he cannot able to see any other option. What is the customer's balance, those information he cannot able to see anything. And even pay, he has option to pay, and he can see completed. And monthly loan we are not giving any access. He can add investment, add expense. That is what they cannot edit or delete expense. Okay, he can create customer, and they can edit customer. They should not change the status to active, inactive, or missing. They should not allow. They should not allow to edit the maximum loan amount. So if you want, if you are mandating that mobile number, customer photo as a mandatory, and you can enable this as a mandatory. If you enable is mandatory, then when you create a customer, the user definitely has to enter mobile number and customer photo. Then only they can able to create customer. And even for reports, what are the reports they can see, what that restriction we can have. Even in settings, what they can see, what they should not see, like that we can enable that settings. They can see profile settings, language, and then other settings we can enable. And they should not add expense. If they want, they can add expense type and investment type. They can add area, edit area. They cannot delete area. If they want, they can edit the area. Okay, now we added this, and we can give save. We created a user permission called collection staff. Now we can go to user, can edit that Karthik daily user, and change the role user permission as collection staff. Okay, now what I will do, I will just log in with this Karthik daily user. So far we logged in with admin user. I will log in with Karthik daily user. I'll give password, and then once I log in, see here he has only access for daily. We have 4 lines, but we gave permission for only daily line. He can able to see only daily line. Now if you go for users, all the shift users is shown here. For example, if today's line, if you have 4 users, if Sanjay is going, he can select as a Sanjay and give OK and submit. Okay, now what happens is in right side, what is the total amount, total payable, they cannot see anything. Okay, they can just give co- collect the amount. Even they cannot see detail. If you want to restrict that level, you can able to restrict. What they can do, they can just give amount. If it is 100 rupees, hence they can give 100 rupees, and then they can able to submit that amount. If they want to, for example, if the customer, if he has old transaction, they cannot able to see those transaction. And if they cannot edit also, if they want also, they cannot edit. You do not have the permission to perform the site. Once they are collected, then they should not have option to edit or delete those transactions. So that is how we can able to restrict that. Okay, so that is about the owner login. Let me re-log in here for with the owner account. Now I will go here and we give permission. Okay, now if I go to user, if I want to change him the permission from collection to admin. Now once if you log in with the same daily account with Karthik daily user, he can able to see all the permission, what is the total amount payable, paid, all this information he can able to see. uh, Even in reports you can see, reports also we can able to see who logged in. For example, daily, you can able to see, right, who collected. For example, if you go for daily line, it will show shift username as Sanjay. Okay, who collected today, that shift username Sanjay would get displayed here. Okay, that's all. We will meet in another video. Thank you all.